Hey, what's good, folks? You know what it is. It's your boy Jay, and I'm here with another video today for you, man. JD Vance goes on CNN, and him and Jake Tapper spar out on different subjects. But this one really caught my eye because Jake Tapper tries to corner JD Vance about some comments that Donald Trump said, but JD Vance checked him on it. Let's go ahead and watch the video. This is from CNN. JD Vance and Jake Tapper sparred out. Fair use, fair use.
So let's talk about things that he wants to do that are feeding into this concern that people like John Kelly and General Mattis and General Milley have. He said on Friday, Special Counsel Jack Smith should get thrown out of the country. He's threatened to arrest election officials who cheated. We know that he believes a lot of people cheated that did not cheat.
Yes, if you violate the law, you should be arrested. Yes.
No one disagrees with that, but he's talking
Apparently
about...
you do, based on the way you're asking the question.
No, based on the fact that he's accused people that didn't break the law of breaking the law when it comes to the election. And
how do we know? How do we know that, though? How do we know that these individuals didn't break the law? You know what I'm saying? The thing is, there wasn't any trial or anything, so we don't know. Like, the question is Trump brought up that these people probably broke the law. We don't know if they broke the law, but if they broke the law, like JD Vance said, well, they need to go to jail. But at the end of the day, we don't know. And you know what? Why are they bringing this up 4 years later? That's my question. Like, most people in America don't care about stuff like this. Like, you keep on bringing it up because y'all candidate Kamala Harris is going down in the polls. Trump is going up in the polls. So anything to derail this man's campaign, you're going to do, and you're going to try to put JD Vance in a lose-lose situation. But let's see how JD Vance handles it.
if you want to revisit that, I'm happy to. But Liz Cheney, he said, should be put before a war tribunal. None of that sounds fascist to you at all?
No, of course it doesn't.
Putting Liz Cheney before a military tribunal?
First of all, I don't buy into the premise of what you're saying, Jake, because I just on things that I know that he said, you're imputing things, you're taking words out of context, you're taking two separate conversations and pretending that they were made at the exact same time. So I'm rejecting the premise of your question. I frankly don't believe what you're saying about Donald Trump's words. If you'd like to put up a clip and actually put him in context, I think the American people would realize that Donald Trump is a hell of a lot more reasonable than the people like Liz Cheney who would like to lie us into war. Now, Jake, we also
think about it. Think about what he said. He said, if he really said this, where's the actual clip of him saying it? You're going by what somebody else said. If there's a clip of him saying it and him saying it to somebody, then he would have something, but he doesn't have anything. And JD Vance is right. Like, why y'all keep on bringing up these different things? And it's just speculation. Everything is speculation. Like, there's a speculation about Hunter Biden and the whole laptop thing. That's a speculation. Is it true? We don't know. But just like Donald Trump and this whole situation with Liz Cheney, it's speculation. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? See what the corporate media does is they take 5 or 6 different tidbits, put it all together and think, oh, Trump said this, Trump said that. I'm like, y'all been saying about this man for the last 4 years and it still ain't working. Let's continue.
So remember, I mean, step back a little bit. Well, ask yourself a basic question about network integrity. You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it. So we covered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
Well, that's what you just said is false.
You know what? I remember that exactly. I remember watching CNN and all they did was talk about the Russian collusion with Donald Trump back in 2016. They talked about it for weeks and weeks and weeks on end, and it got to the point where I had to cut CNN off. I had to cut it off because they talked about it nonstop. Like they're talking about all these things about Project 2025, him being a fascist, anything to get Kamala Harris elected, they're going to do. Trump gets a 1% favorable rating on both MSNBC and CNN. I don't even think it's the 1%. Let's continue.
We covered an FBI investigation. I don't know why you want to talk about the FBI investigation.
You covered it in a way that gave credence to anonymous sources' accusations. You did it yourself. Your network did it, Jake. But again, can we talk about the issues that Americans care most about?
I'm talking about things that Donald Trump has said.
Yes.
If you have an issue with whether or not he's talking about the economy enough, that's between you and your running mate. I'm talking about things he has said this week.
Every single rally that he does, he talks about how he wants to unleash American energy so we can lower the cost of groceries. He talks about the fact that housing has become unaffordable. He talks about the wide open border, Jake. Kamala Harris and her allies, you know, it's interesting. Kamala Harris and her media allies, and I would put CNN in this category. You guys,
they wouldn't.
You guys seem to care.
I'll tell you that they wouldn't.
Well, they should watch your network more because you guys.
Come on, Jake. You actually gonna sit there with a straight face and don't say that y'all not an ally of Kamala Harris. What's the guy's name I talk about all the time? It's the guy's name that cries all the time. Not Bakari, the other guy, Van Jones. Van Jones is a Kamala supporter. Dana Bash is a Kamala. All of y'all are Kamala supporters. Y'all are Democratic Shield supporters. CNN and MSNBC are both Democratic shields. We know this. Once JD Vance says it, now y'all got a problem with it. Let's continue.
Seem to care more about Donald Trump's past than the future of the American people. We're running this campaign on making the American dream.
I'm specifically asking about how Donald Trump is going to be president in the future should he win, and then we're being told
he's going to pursue economic policies that lower the cost of groceries and make life more affordable again. He talks about it every single day on the campaign trail, and so do I. What you're talking about is an anonymously sourced story, or one guy
nothing anonymously sourced,
or who one guy who was a disgruntled employee.
I told you,
five other people pushed back against him and said that what he said was dishonest. So why don't we talk about the policy that's affecting American citizens and not what Donald Trump allegedly said, according to one guy who's pissed off because he got fired by Donald Trump?
I didn't bring up any of the things that he said.
JD, I gotta salute you. Man. Like I'm not gonna lie. I was a little hesitant of why Donald Trump picked you, but now I know exactly why he picked you, because just like you're not like 10 Walls, man. Like 10 Walls would have folded like a lawn chair with these questions coming to him. But you going back and forth. Now I see why Donald Trump picked you. Let's continue.
He said, I didn't bring up.
Brought up John Kelly, and that I just described.
I brought up John Kelly's view of Donald Trump. I didn't bring up John Kelly talking about what Donald Trump said about Hitler's generals. I didn't bring that up. I talked about John Kelly's view of Trump based on something Trump has been saying in the last week. So that's what I asked about.
So John Kelly makes accusations that are rejected by 5 people.
Again, you're talking about something I didn't bring up.
I think that maybe implicates his overall judgment. And I think the fact that he has a worldview that's so oppositional to peace and prosperity suggests that he's not an honest arbiter here. This is not a guy, John Kelly, going to brag to Jeffrey Goldberg, who is interested in the American truth or is interested in telling an honest account of Donald Trump. He's a guy with an axe to grind because Donald Trump fired him and disagreed with him on policy.
So all those 10 people, including the former vice president, Mike Pence, all of these people have this horribly damaged worldview, and they're all just going after Donald Trump because they want to send people into war?
Now, that's the end of the clip. And my thing is, what does this have to do with the price of tea in China? What does this have to do with people that are struggling to afford food? What does this have to do with people struggling to get medication and things like that? People are worried about the border. People are worried about gas prices. People are worried about, wars over in other countries. People are worried about real life things. And now all CNN and MSNBC and all these pundits want to do is they want to talk about what Donald Trump allegedly said and what John Kelly said, which was refuted by 4 or 5 other people. At the end of the day, this is what CNN does. And salute to JD Vance for going up there and flexing his muscle and telling them, yo, can't we just talk about the policies? But CNN doesn't want to do that. And, and at the end of the day, this is why CNN is losing a lot of credibility. This is why MSNBC is losing a lot of credibility, because people are tired of it. People aren't voting for Trump because, you know, they like him. People are voting for Trump because they want change. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they've been in the White House for the last 4 years. Things have gotten worse. That's why people are switching over to Trump. And at the end of the day, CNN, MSNBC, Jay Tapper, they don't like that. But hey, it's your boy Jay here with another video. If you like the content, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. On my road to the first 1,000 subscribers. Let's get the conversation started. You know me, I got another video on the side for your viewing pleasure. Until next time, folks, I'm out.